Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is why you experience twin soul signs and synchronicities and how to interpret them. Before we get started, I want to tell you how to get and stay connected. And this is how you can get free content and free updates from me, Monica Grace, and from my website, cardreadingqueen.com. So you can follow me on facebook.com/cardreadingqueen, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube, instagram.com/cardreadingqueen, twitter.com/monicagracecrq, pinterest.com/cardreadingqueen, dailytwinsoul.tumblr.com, and linkedin.com/company/cardreadingqueen. Additionally, if you hear of any freebies within this content that you find interesting, feel free to go to cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. I have lots of tools there, especially around healing. I also have, just other random stuff, images, tarot spreads, that sort of thing that can help you along your twin soul journey. So definitely check that out, cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. So let's talk about why you experience twin soul signs and synchronicities and how you can interpret them. So first, I just want to talk about why you experience them. The first thing is that they are communications from your higher power. So when I talk about the higher power, I'm really talking about your creator, God, the universe, source, spirit, Mother Nature, even yourself. It's really, and your creator really could just be like also how you relate to life, and it's your relationship with your life, basically. Basically they are signs of confirmation for you that you are on the right path. And this is why you experience them. Now, being on the right path is different than this is your twin soul. So I just want to point that out because sometimes you get signs and synchronicities around a particular person being your twin soul, and then they turn out to be false. I experienced this with my karmic twin, who is my ex-husband. And there were so many signs that we should get married, so many signs that we should be in the relationship. And they were, at the end of the day, he wasn't the right person for me, but the reason that I was sent through that is because I had a bunch of basically just toxicity that I needed to heal, specifically with him, or it was easier for it to come to the surface with him. And that toxicity, when I really think about it, it was within myself, first of all, and I had really been experiencing that same toxicity through my relationship before that. So and it was something that was in myself that was creating toxicity with the person that I dated before my ex-husband as well. And that was still sticking with me, and it was something I needed to heal. And so then even coming out of that relationship, I was still healing some of it. I feel like I've healed most or all of it at this point. But basically that was, that's why I had those signs there, is because even if they're leading you to a karmic twin or a false twin, it's okay. It's really just a signpost that you're on the right path. So I think of them as little hiking, if you go hiking, you're out in the middle of the woods and there's not always a clear trail. So what hikers do is they put little markers. So you may be on the red trail. So they'll put the tiniest little marker on a tree that's red, and that's how you kind of can tell where you're supposed to go. And as a hiker, you start to learn how to interpret those signs more readily. And that's basically all this is. So that's what these signs and synchronicities are. So it doesn't mean for sure that it's your twin soul, just that you're on the right path. It can show you where to put your energy and where God is supporting you. And I use God. I don't, and I used to have triggers against God, but now I don't. So I just want to say, but if you don't like the word God, you can just, kind of trade it out for like the universe or source or spirit or whatever your higher power is for you. So it really shows you where to put your energy and where your support is going to be. And so you can get signs and synchronicities around jobs as well. And it's really just like, here's where your higher power is going to support you. And here's where your higher power would like you to go. And so you kind of just follow those signs and synchronicities. You're always safe to do so because it's your higher power speaking to you. Often it's a message from your higher self or someone else's higher self, typically your twin soul. And this is just another way of saying it's a message from your higher power, because your higher self and your twin soul's higher self, it's just part of the twin soul trinity, which is, includes your higher power. And the three of you are kind of the same thing almost. So that's why you experience these. The last reason, it helps you tap into your intuition. So it's really just helping, it's helping you learn to trust your intuition, learn to have faith in your higher power. And that could be the universe or God or whoever. But it's basically just helping you tune into your own inner knowing. So how do you interpret these signs and synchronicities? The first one I'll talk about is numbers. And you'll see number sequences on license plates, addresses, phone numbers, time. So if you have any digital clocks, you may see like 10:10 or 11:11. Step counters as well. So I see messages on my Fitbit all the time. I've been wearing a Fitbit since like 2012. Not even joking. Not the same one, but I've kind of like always had a Fitbit because I like to track stuff. Like my sleep schedule, and I like to track my steps for the day and my weight and like a number of other things. So yeah, you could see it on a step counter as well. And in order to interpret these, you really just need to study numerology, and you can also study angel numbers. These are really the only two ways, or these are really the main two ways. And so if you want to interpret numbers, the fastest way to do it is just to Google it, and there's going to be websites that come up. You can take the messages that resonate with you. I personally prefer to use a book that's specific to these numbers. So the ones that I have, and I just keep them on my Kindle. So I have Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray, and then I also have Angel Numbers 101 by Doreen Virtue. And I did check, as of the recording of this, the Doreen Virtue book is still available, and it's called Angel Numbers 101. So for those who don't know, Doreen Virtue used to be quite a big name in Hay House, tarot decks and oracle decks, and also just spiritual guidance books, that sort of thing. And she has decided to go a different direction. So a lot of her products have kind of come off the market, or they've had to be re-released as well. So that's why I mentioned that. But definitely these two books are fantastic, and they give you, you can just search for the number that you're seeing, and they will give you the meaning. And it's like a very short meaning. It's like a sentence or two, but they'll give you the meaning behind that, to help you confirm what you really already know in your heart. The second thing you may experience is symbols. So you may see meaningful symbols. Some of the twin soul ones that are popular are two swans, the infinity sign, feathers are very popular. Not specifically for twin souls. Feathers are also just popular as like, hey, this is like an angel message. And the colors of the different feathers can indicate different messages as well. So, and you can just look that up online. Like you just Google like angel feathers, or like what does a white feather mean? You can kind of look that up. It could also be a person's name. So sometimes with your twin soul, you would see their name everywhere. Like you see it on billboards and on churches and like all sorts of places. And then animal spirits are another thing. So like your spirit animal is kind of a thing. So it could be swans. It could also just be any other animal. So like I have two spirit animals, or animals that I resonate with. One is the butterfly, which is basically about transformation. And then the other is the lioness. And both are really important to me as symbols that I feel like are, part of my identity in many ways. One I have a tattoo of, and then the other is part of my name. So it's actually and it's also like, it's just an energy that I resonate with as well. So yeah, that's very normal. Your twin soul may have a spirit animal as well, or an animal that that you can sense in their energy. And so sometimes you'll see that kind of over and over again as well. So you can see these symbols really anywhere. You can see them in person. You can see them on social media, on billboards, in magazines, and so on. And whenever you see them, it could be, you kind of have to discern what it means. It can be basically just like you're on the right track, or it can just be like a pick me up for the day. Like if I see a lioness, I'm like, ooh, like that's like, that's my symbol. That's my jam. It's kind of like hearing your favorite song on the radio. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like I love this new Taylor Swift song, or this new Demi Lovato song. I'm kind of a pop lover, so those are like my favorite song is always going to be a pop song. My favorite song of the moment. But yeah, so it's kind of like just hearing your favorite song on the radio even. And it's just meant to like lift your spirits and bring you joy. Pretty simple. It can also be, if you have a question, you can say like, oh, show me, if this is true, show me a lioness in the next 24 hours. And then the universe or God or your higher power will do so to help communicate with you. If you want to use this for your twin soul testing, or to like identify your twin soul, you can check out the 3x3x3 signs and synchronicities test. I have information about this at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. I also have videos about this on my YouTube channel, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube. And then yeah, you can kind of basically, if you were to Google this, or if you were to search my site for this, you would find the information of how to do that. All right, so that's the symbols. Let's talk about synchronicities specifically. Synchronicities are shifts in energy made visible in the 3D. And just to get more specific than that, because that's like a very kind of like high in the sky definition of it that I wrote, obviously when I was just being a little more esoteric about this. But basically a synchronicity is it's around timing is really what it is. So it's like something will be shown to you at a specific time in order to communicate with you. Whereas the other ones, something was being shown to you in a specific space. A synchronicity is around time. So you may see meaningful synchronicities, like after a big healing, somebody calls you. And so it's like you did this big healing, you felt that shift in energy. And so because of that, the 3D rearranges itself because your energy has shifted, is basically what's happening. So, after you do a big healing, suddenly your twin soul comes back and is texting you again, for example. You could also do like a manifestation ritual, and then a few days later you get a promotion, or you find $100 or something similar. And then you could also have a breakthrough, and somebody unblocks you on social media, or you find a piece of information that you've been searching for. And this just can happen pretty regularly. And I've experienced this a lot. So the way, like one of the funniest ways that I experience it is through Google search results. So it's like I'll be looking for an answer to something on Google and can't find it. That, the answer is just not there, or I'm not typing in the right thing or whatever. And then I will do some healing around it, and then suddenly, I'll search for it again a couple days later, could be using even the same exact words, and suddenly that information is available to me. And this has happened to me like dozens of times. Like, I can't even tell you how many times it's happened. And what it is, in the 3D, the explanation is like Google changed its algorithm, or like whatever it might be. Like one time I was looking for a friend's like physical address, and I couldn't find it. And I tried to reach out to them, and they weren't like getting back to me. They had just lost a family member, and I wanted to send them a card. That's why I was searching. I wasn't like being creepy. And I couldn't find it for days. And so then I did this healing, that was, not specific about that, but it was kind of related. And then, I searched again, and then their address was just like right there. It's like, okay, like where did this come from? So it's stuff like that for me. And recently, it's like either the algorithm changed, or like I changed what I was typing into it, or typing into that search bar, or like the website where the information was, like maybe it starts providing more information, or maybe like something gets listed, or whatever it might be. So there is the 3D, but that 3D is rearranging itself to help you, and it's because you unlocked an achievement. So that's where the synchronicity comes from. Another example is maybe like you have a question and a solution pops up in your Facebook feed. So basically your higher power, first of all, the universe is constantly reorganizing itself to reflect your energy. So that's the biggest thing you need to understand about these synchronicities. And once you understand that, you are, you're extremely powerful over your own domain. So like another example, which is the weirdest example, but I had recently decided to like clear out some of the toxicity I was experiencing on Facebook, which is kind of something I need to heal in general. Is like I have like a little addiction to Facebook. So I was thinking like, man, I really want to like not be on here very much, not be like reading, some of this political stuff that like, I know it just is going to get me riled up. I know it's very frustrating for me. And I was on Facebook, and like this person who was posting a ton of the stuff that was getting me riled up. They had like unfriended me, and I was like, that is so weird. Like, and I didn't take it personally at all. I was just like, this is really interesting, because the solution was there for me to just unfriend them. But I didn't even have to, because the universe just like organized itself for me, just on its own, because I had set that intention. So it's very interesting how this works, and really cool actually. So I was like, oh, like obviously, and it was like I hadn't seen the obvious solution myself, which was to unfriend that person. But like they kind of just took care of it for me. It was really nice. So that's what's going on with the signs and synchronicities. And I hope that was helpful to you. So what's a spiritual work that you want to do around signs and synchronicities? Definitely feel free to try that test that I talked about. It's called the 3x3x3 Signs and Synchronicities test. It's at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. I also have a video about it at cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube. And I also, if you're listening to this via podcast, I have a podcast about it, podcast episode, and you can just look for the Your Twin Soul Journey podcast in your favorite podcast feed or player, and you can find it there. And Yeah, definitely check that out. You can use it to identify your twin soul. You can also use it for really anything else. You can just adjust it to make sense for you and your situation. Additionally, you can leave a comment on this posting to share your upset, your story, or your results. And definitely check out my book, Your Twin Soul Journey. It's a guide to experience eternal, unconditional, harmonious, embodied love and union with your divine partner. You can check this out at cardreadingqueen.com/twin soul journey. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this content. Hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.